Good day, good day, good day. This is Mr. Anderson. I had a thought last night or yesterday about, all this AI stuff, and I had a dream, and in my dream, it was a dream. If y'all know me, I don't have dreams, I have movies. But it really, when I woke up and I was thinking about my dream, laying in the bed, I had a lazy day Saturday, just laying in the bed, really not doing too much, kind of reflecting on some stuff, just having a day. I'm gonna go to the gym and just need a day to recuperate. So anyway, my mind don't stop though. So I was laying there, and I just got to thinking about AI and how it creates all these things for us, and does creates images and sayings, and just it creates a lot. And I'm a believer in AI. I do enjoy using it. It really helps me, gives me a lot more ideas, and it gives me a different way to think about stuff, in my pursuit of, alignment. But at the same time, I was really just sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, man, our brain is an AI, but it's not AI. I call it BI, brain intelligence, because it takes all the information that we receive, and it can create an image in our minds while we're asleep, while we're dreaming. It takes all the information and data and smells and all that, and it gives us feedback. It gives us, a form of dreams or intuition or feelings or something, but it gives us an image. And it blew my mind for a minute. And I was like, wow, that's BI, brain intelligence. And I was like, me, I really was thinking about that. And I'm gonna go more into it as I use these things to help me in my life alignment and my business ideas and things. So then I took it a step further, brain intelligence, and I got SI, self-intelligence. And this was the big, it gave me chills when I thought about it. I was like, we really need to have SI, self-intelligence. We really need to know ourselves. We really need to use the brain intelligence to understand self and take all the information that we get through our day-to-day lives, or our past, or just information throughout the years of our growth in our lives, to use that BI and help us into the SI, self-intelligence. And then I took it a step further, GI, God intelligence, which is whatever religion you believe in, whatever, like it's a spiritual religion or whatever it is you believe in, using that God intelligence. And a lot of that is self. It's SI. It goes back to SI. You put that into yourself to create a life that you want to live within yourself, within your family. But it gives you that purpose with GI, God intelligence, to really hone in on your purpose in life and your direction and everything, and use those as another set of tools to get you where you need to be, get you in alignment with yourself. And then to get a better picture of it, or get a clearer picture of things, you can use AI. You use AI to help better the picture or get a clearer picture. But that was just a deep thought, and I sit there for most of the day and was laying there thinking about that and thinking about how I can use that in my day-to-day life and really learn myself and grow and things. And it just really, with all the data that I get, all the information, the understanding of things, and knowing people, and like it's been a roller coaster, and it's been a down roller coaster, but I'm slowly creeping back up. And I am thankful for my friends and my family for my support, and using my SI to really go through what I've been going through, and understanding that, and using all four, SI to BISI, BIS, brain intelligence, self-intelligence, God intelligence, and AI. Yeah, so using all of those and combine and aligning them to where I'm able to really understand myself, my purpose, my belief, and it really brings things. I'm all about making stuff easy. I'm all about making life easier. We tend to make things so much difficult than it is, and trying to use big words or trying to impress others and trying to do all these fancy stuff instead of just keeping it simple. And that's one of the things that I did learn. It was like kisses, KISSES, and it's keep it super simple, stupid. Just keep things simple. We make stuff so hard, and we focus and push stuff so hard that it makes our lives just that more difficult and than it is, instead of us actually open our minds and open our thoughts to react to. Everybody has a reality. Their realities are different, and you should give that person or those people grace throughout because of that. Yet a lot of people are stuck in their ways, and they're stuck in their ways, or they don't know SI, or they don't know GI, or they don't have BI. So they just in their own selfish mind, and I'm learning to understand a lot of that as I go through and miss certain parts of my life and value things differently, and I'm seeing things differently. It's very hard. I'm having a hard time with certain things. Yet I'm especially with my job, yet I'm understanding the systems within the systems. Y'all know I love talking about the systems. There's systems. So what I've learned to do with my SI is to make a self-intelligence. It's make a self-system, a system for me inside a system that helps give me structure, that helps gives me things to look to do. And when it's hard, because a lot of times those systems are all over the place, and that's what a lot of companies and a lot of systems are all over the place and unorganized. But now with all the technologies and the AI and everything, it's really making people, corporations and companies see systems. It's making them see where they're lack at, where the numbers, because the numbers not gonna lie, the percentages don't lie. The percentages don't lie. And with all these new laws and things just coming in effect, that really makes the numbers stand out. And with everything getting, and I've always talked about this too, especially with my trading, with everything getting more expensive, you have to really cut costs. We have to cut costs at home, in our lives at home, because things are getting expensive. The government and the powers that be can cut all they want, but when would it actually affect us in our homes, in our pockets? So we have to create systems within the system within the system. And at first, I think it really starts with that SI, and then you get the BI, or the BI and get the SI, and then you get the GI, and then you get the AI. It's like you really have to align those things with what it is you want. And I know me, I want more. I want more. And I master things faster, and it makes me bored. I get bored. Like, I master stuff fast. It's very hard for me sometimes to watch a movie, because my mind, I'm paying attention to everything. And I think that's that truck driver in me, that I'm scanning the whole scene. I'm scanning the scene to see certain things. And when I scan the scene, car sitting in the middle of the road. When I scan the scene, I'm looking at clues and looking at things and details, and because I had to do that when I was driving trucks. I had to scan to see where everything was. I had to scan to see how close I was to the curb, or how low the tree branch was, or the cord was, or so it's like I'm constantly scanning, because I have to be aware of those things. And that's one of the things that that trucking taught me. And being an athlete, you have to make these quick decisions. You have to make these quick decisions to go left, to go right, or block downhill, or block up, or cut when you need to cut, or shoot when you need to shoot, or so it's just like all that stuff really is woven into my SI. It's my self-intelligence, and I'm having to figure out ways to use that to my benefit, and to actually make me extra money, because I'm in a process of trying to make extra money for my family, because I want more. I want more. I want to be able to stop I can't think of the word they call it. I know somebody probably screaming it in here, but that generational gaps and generational curses, and I want to make generational wealth for my children, and create those things that they can constantly make money off of, throughout their years, or give them that SI that they can use in their BI, and they can really understand the GI with all of it, and combine everything and use AI to help create a better life, a better structure for them long term. And that's basically what I'm really seeing things, and I really see, since I've been on my job, my brain has already recalibrated stuff, and changed the way things are done in my mind, and fix the system that need to be fixed, or fix the things that need to be fixed, or have a better system. That's just the way my brain works. I'm always calculating, I'm always looking, I'm always listening, paying attention, and sometimes I get distracted by negativity or something like that. It distracts us a little bit, distracts me a little bit, especially when you're downing other people. You don't know what someone else is going through. You don't know, you don't walk their shoes, so you don't know. Yet I know there are people that generally don't care, or don't want to care. And a lot of times that's just them being a product of their environment. They don't know better, or they've got to a point in their life that just stop caring. And I've sensed that. I've felt that. I've got to a point, excuse me, of my life sometimes that it's like I want to give up. I just want to quit. I just want to do the bare minimum. But then something pushes me, that truck driver, that athlete in me pushes me to want to do better, want to do more, because I got the little people looking up at me with daddy. So it really pushes me to want to create and want to be more of a creative mind, to where I can create and help and use those tools and trade. You know, I love trade. I really want to get deeper into trading. Actually, trade, day trade. That's my ultimate goal, and that's what I'm finna start working on here pretty soon. Well, I've been working on it, but just really focus on putting money into it and actually trading a prop firm or trading an account. But anyway, but that's passions and goals that I have, that I want us to see. And you know, me getting back into management, it's sticking in my skin. It's making me understand things. And I was at some of the truck drivers there. Well, one of the main truck drivers at my job, he always tell me not to drink the corporate Kool-Aid. But I understand. I see the difference. I understand. I told myself, I'm not going to drink it. I said, if I drink it, I'm going to add some vodka to it. I'm going to add some Uncle Nearest to it, have a little spiked Kool-Aid. So anyway, that's really, it's just understand that, man. Just really think about that. Your brain is intelligent. You have to know your brain. BI. You have to know self-intelligence. You have to have self-intelligence, SI. And those who really believe and love God and whatever religion it is, you have to have GI. You have to have God intelligence as well. And the best way to make it simplify that is AI. Artificial intelligence really helps use all the tools around the world to create, plus your thoughts and understanding, to create something that makes sense to you. And that's how I use AI. I use AI to help make things simpler for me and mine, and help me create trading philosophies and self-philosophies and systems and things like that. So, and I'm going to use that to help create the things that I want in life for me and my family, and help me. It's pretty much my secretary in helping me align the way I want to align myself. But we have to start with self-intelligence. We have to start with self. You have to start with understanding yourself, SI. And man, I could go on and on about this, and I am probably going to go on and on about it as more and more I dig deeper into it, because it's going to be part of me. It's part of my structure, part of my business, part of my plan, part of my goals that I'm going to be able to teach to my children. You have to know yourself. You know, understand yourself, understand your brain, understand your purpose, understand God, understand, you know, what it is in life that you really want to push forward for. But yet, I mean, man, I go through things, and things are going to happen. Life is going to happen whether we're ready for it or not. We just have to prepare the best way we can. And one of the main things, you know, is being prepared, is having money set aside, having a system set aside for those things. And I know they say YOLO, you only live once. I understand that. Yet that your generations after you are gonna live for you. So that being said, man, like I said, I can talk about this, and I'm going to discuss this more in depth as I do my research and do my understanding of it, and really put my system out there for everyone to use and to understand and to try, because at the end of the day, we all need a little help every once in a while. We all need our own system that we can use that's meant and built for us to be able to cope with this world we live in, with all the stuff going on. But anyway, like I said, man, I'm finna go. I try to keep these down to 15 minutes, but I went over a little bit. But man, like I love learning, and I love the SI, I love the BI, I love GI, and I love AI. So I'm going to continuously use all four to create for me and mine. This is Mr. Anderson, and I approve this message.